What is up, guys? Welcome back to another new video, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. Today, Otaku Sensei is going to be recommending the top 10 anime where the main character is stronger than everyone. And if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, remember to hit the notifications button for more upcoming top 10 videos. Also, there's a link to Otaku Sensei's Patreon Discord server in the description, so join the Sensei server to chat and chill with other weebs and otakus. Without wasting any more time, let's kick off this list.
Nice to see your face. Nice to see your face.
In 10th place is Nobunaga The Fool. Two planets, one to the east and another to the west, were once bound together by a chain called the Dragon Stream. But now, that chain is broken and the two halves are only joined in war. Nobunaga the Fool is heir to the eastern country of Owari. Regarded as too foolish and carefree by many, including his friends, Nobunaga is thought to be a nuisance even by his father. A girl from the west named 𝐴ᴨ d'Arc has visions of a savior king. She is accompanied by Leonardo da Vinci as she journeys to the eastern planet in search of the person in her visions. Leonardo and Jean quickly fall victim to a military confrontation between powerful mecha, only to be saved by Nobunaga. Nobunaga takes control of Leonardo's mecha, intending to warn his family of the siege he suspects. Jean suspects that lackadaisical Nobunaga might be the savior king she's envisioned. In 9th place is Zet Man. The story starts off with a face-off between two rival heroes, Zet and Alphas, and then traces their origins. Jin Kanzaki, a young man with ability to transform into a superhuman being known as Zet, and Koga Amagi, a young man with a strong sense of justice who uses technology to fight as Alphas. The fates of these two men, and those around them, intertwine as they fight to protect mankind and destroy monstrous abominations known as players. In 8th place is 𝐴ᴛ Sins. The anime tells the story of a world where robots subjugated humanity after becoming self-aware. Their leader, Breaking Boss, ruled over the world with an iron fist. One day, a mysterious girl named Luna was summoned by the people in order to bring the salvation of mankind. Fearing her as a potential threat, Breaking Boss sent 3 of his most powerful cyborg warriors, 𝐴ᴛ, Dio, and Lita, to dispose of Luna. 𝐴ᴛ, the strongest warrior, managed to track down and kill Luna. However, this triggered a cataclysmic event which set into motion the end of the world. Hundreds of years later, the world's atmosphere is filled with poison, and due to the inability of most remaining humans to reproduce, as well as the constant threat posed by the robots, humanity is on the brink of extinction. Robots fare slightly better, fearing death as much as the humans do. The poisonous environment quickly causes their mechanical bodies to rust and corrode, forcing them to regularly replace their damaged parts. If spare parts in good condition can even be found. In this wretched time and place, 𝐴ᴛ, who had disappeared following the assassination of Luna, returns with no memory of who he is or what he had done. In 7th place is Magi, Sinbad no Bokan. In the small, impoverished Tisan village of the Parthavia Empire, a boy, Sinbad, is born to the jaded ex-soldier Badr and his kind-hearted wife Ursa. His birth creates a radiant surge throughout the Rook, a declaration of singularity to those who would stand at the pinnacle of magical might. The child of destiny is here. Despite his country being plagued by economic instability and the repercussions of war, Sinbad leads a cheerful life until a stranger's arrival shatters his peaceful world, and tragedy soon befalls him. Years later, mysterious large structures called dungeons have been erected all over the world. Rumored to contain great power and treasures, these dungeons pique the interest of adventurers and armies alike, though to this day none have returned therefrom. Sinbad, now 14, has grown into a charming and talented young boy. Inspired by the shocking events of his childhood and by his father's words, he yearns to begin exploring the world beyond his village. As though orchestrated by fate, Sinbad meets the enigmatic traveler named Yunnan. Stirred by Sinbad's story and ambitions, Yunnan directs him to a dungeon which he claims holds the power Sinbad needs to achieve his goals, the power of a king. Magi Sinbad no Bokan tells the epic saga of Sinbad's early life as he travels the world, honing his skill and influence while gathering allies and power to become the High King of the Seven Seas. In 6th place is Kingdom. Born in the Warring States period of ancient China, Shen and Piao are war orphans in the kingdom of Sin, who dream of becoming great generals of the heavens, to rise from their lowly stations in life. One day, however, Piao is taken to the palace by a minister to be used for an unknown purpose, leaving Shen alone as a household slave in a peasant village. A few months later, Piao returns to the village on the verge of death, urging Shen to travel to another village. There he meets a boy who looks nearly identical to Piao, 𴄏ᴍᴇ, the current king of Sin. Shen learns that Piao served as a body double for 𴄏ᴍᴇ and was mortally wounded in a power struggle for the throne. Though initially furious at 𴄏ᴍᴇ for causing Piao's death, Shen decides to seize the opportunity and aid 𴄏ᴍᴇ in defeating his brother and reclaiming the Sin throne. Successful in this endeavor, Shen officially starts his life as Sin commander on the battlefields of Warring States China with the goal of becoming the greatest general in the world, and to help King Zhang of Sin achieve his dream of total unification, ending the incessant warfare once and for all. In 5th place is Towa no Quan. Unknown to the general public, there is a tiny percent of the population that will mutate and develop special abilities. Dangerous organizations hunt down those with powers to research and exploit them. However, there is an underground group made of ability users that are fighting against that. Quan and Yuma are at the front lines of the resistance group and use their combat strength to protect others who still have not realized their powers. They work tirelessly day and night to locate, save, and develop their brethren from the evil hands of a dark organization. In 4th place is Korra Zombie Desuka. The main character, Ayumu Aikawa, is a 16-year-old high school student who was tragically murdered while investigating a suspicious house. However, he soon awakens next to a strange armored girl called 𝐒ᴟᴜᴜᴜᴜ. She reveals herself to be a necromancer who has revived Ayumu, consequently turning him into a zombie. Now immortal, Ayumu sets out to hunt down his killer. One day, while searching in a cemetery, he encounters a boisterous young girl named Haruna, who is fighting a bear with a chainsaw while dressed as a magical girl. After she kills the beast, Haruna attempts to erase Ayumu's memories of her, but he instead absorbs her magic for himself. Stripped of her powers, Haruna now orders Ayumu to take up her role of hunting strange creatures known as megalo, monsters that roam the human world and terrorize the population. Korra Zombie Desuka follows the daily antics of the human-turned-zombie Ayumu as he begins his new, ludicrous life where the supernatural becomes the norm. In 3rd place is Terraformers. The first manned ship to Mars lands, and its 6 crew members are attacked by giant mutated humanoid cockroaches with incredible physical strength, later labeled Terraformers. The crew is wiped out after sending a warning back to Earth. 2 years later, Bugs 2, a multinational expedition of genetically modified humans, is sent to collect 10 samples of both sexes of roaches and exterminate the mutated bugs to take control of the Red Planet. Only 2 survivors manage to return to Earth, one swearing to return and avenge their fallen companions. As a 3rd expedition is assembled, questions are raised about the true origin of the Terraformers and their connection with an unknown disease afflicting mankind, the Alien Engine Virus, or AE virus. To fight the Terraformers' strength and agility, members of the 2nd and 3rd expedition undergo genetic modification to inherit the characteristics of other organisms, only possible after having a special organ implanted with a 36% chance of surviving the surgery itself. The 3rd expedition ends with most of its crew members killed as well, be it by fighting the Terraformers or amongst themselves in multi-sided conflict between the various factions aboard the ship, each with own opposing interests. Despite that, the few survivors manage to collect enough samples for the research on a cure to the AE virus and return home. However, a new fight against the Terraformers begins when it is revealed that the creatures arrived on Earth long before, and after multiplying at an alarming rate and adapting themselves far better to their new environment than they did on their homeworld, they start the plan to take over the planet. In 2nd place is Isekai wa Smartphone to Tomo ni. 15-year-old Toya Mochizuki is accidentally killed by a god. As an apology, God allows him to be resurrected, but since he cannot send him back to his old world, he instead reincarnates him into a fantasy world along with a single special request. Toya uses his request in order to bring his smartphone into the new world with him, which God modifies. As such, while Toya cannot contact his old world with it, the phone can easily be recharged by magic and can otherwise function, such as accessing data from the old world, and can use relevant features for his new world such as GPS function to locations which are comprehensively identified on it. God also greatly amplifies Toya's physical, magical, and cognitive abilities to a certain degree as a further apology for the inconvenience of killing him. Taking full advantage of his second chance at life, Toya befriends many different people, mainly females and high-ranking people in the world. He begins to travel from country to country, solving political disputes, minor quests, and nonchalantly enjoying himself with his newfound allies. And in first place is Blood Lad. Our main character, Staz Charlie Blood, is a powerful vampire who rules the eastern district of Demon World. According to rumors, he is a bloodthirsty and merciless monster, but in reality, Staz is just an otaku obsessed with Japanese culture and completely uninterested in human blood. Leaving the management of his territory to his underlings, Staz spends his days lazing around, indulging in anime, manga, and games. When Fuyumi Yanagi, a Japanese girl, accidentally wanders through a portal leading into the demon world, Staz is overjoyed. But just as he is starting to feel an unusual attraction to her, his territory is attacked, resulting in Fuyumi's untimely death. She turns into a wandering ghost, and the crestfallen Staz vows to resurrect her, as this would mean being able to travel to the human world, something he has always dreamed of. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Did you guys enjoy this list or find any anime you're interested in? As always, let us know your thoughts down in the comments, and please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're new, remember to hit the notifications button so you never miss any upcoming videos. Also, don't forget to follow Otaku Sensei on Twitter at AnimeBrownNet. I'll see you guys in the next one.